Hey everybody, Adam Kokesh here, talking about tough times for the crypto community. I just thought this would be a good time to weigh in on the current state of the price of Bitcoin and so many other altcoins, and what this means for the freedom movement, what this means for the progress of cryptos in general. So for those of you who haven't been paying attention, it's been an exciting and challenging last 2 years for Bitcoin. In 2017, it went from about $1,000 to about $20,000. And in 2018, it's come all the way back down now to somewhere around $3,500. I hate hearing all of the sort of mainstream economic pundits talk about Bitcoin as if it was just a traditional asset or some other stock or something that you would buy as an investment, because it's obviously it's a lot more than that. But when they look at this and they go, "Oh my gosh, Bitcoin, it's terrible. It's like the worst investment ever. Look, it just 1 year, it went from 20,000 to 3,500." And it's like, you seem to be missing the point that it went from 0 to 3,500 over its lifetime. That this is something that is fundamentally revolutionary. And I think the way people talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is very indicative, revealing about their attitude towards government, authority, the status quo, and even change in general. I mean, you can hear about it just from telling a stranger about Bitcoin when they're hearing about it for the first time. If they go, "Wow, that's exciting, that's interesting. Like a new way of handling money and moving value from place to place and person to person. That sounds very interesting. I'd like to know more about that." Or the people are like, "Oh my gosh, something moving money that doesn't involve government authority. Oh my god, how could we possibly be safe in that?" And of course, if you understand how government works and what it is, you understand that not having government being able to oversee your money makes it a lot safer and a lot more just in so many ways. So this last year has been really tough for the crypto community, and I felt this a lot. As I've been a booster of Bitcoin since, gosh, I can't even remember when. I guess it was going back to 2010, when I spent all my $5 Bitcoins on the Silk Road. And when you've had an experience like that, you don't complain that Bitcoin is, you'll never hear me say, as someone who's spent a lot of $5 Bitcoins, you'll never hear me say, "Oh shucks, Bitcoin's only $3,500. Like, no, this is just like, I wish it would get back down to 5 so I could buy them back at that rate, and then go back up to 20. But cryptos, the altcoins have taken a really, really tough beating this year. And I want to share just real briefly sort of my thoughts on altcoins in general, but especially in this context, because I've considered the Bitcoin maximalist arguments. And Bitcoin maximalism is the idea that it's just Bitcoin. We don't need any other altcoin. They're all shit coins and scam coins, and just there's no real extra value in any of them. If we just focus on Bitcoin and getting Bitcoin adopted, that's it. And there's a lot of merit to a lot of those arguments. I fundamentally disagree. I don't pretend to be enough of an expert to say it can't be Bitcoin, but it just seems to me unlikely that the first to market is going to maintain that first to market advantage forever, especially in something as dynamic as money and cryptocurrencies, where there's the opportunity to innovate, to have something better than Bitcoin. And already we have lots of things that are, at least on the fundamental technicals, better than Bitcoin. The maximalists will argue, well, Bitcoin has the best adoption and it meets all the core criteria, and we can adapt and we can put on a Lightning Network. Hey, let the market decide. I'm not here to dictate. As someone who's a fan of this in general, the improvement of the market towards free market money as opposed to violent, coercive government money that's forced on people, I'm for all of it. I should say, except obviously the parts that are actual scams or shitcoins or what have you. But I'm generally glad to see that there are people who took Satoshi's vision and have really built upon that in different ways and created their own brands. And I'm a big fan, not just because I'm sponsored, but because I see the innovation, I see the communities around Smart Cash and Dash as really exciting potential innovations of blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and all these core concepts, creating better applicability. But there's also I'm just glad there's a backup. because it's really easy to manipulate something when you're the powers that be. Bitcoin's market cap in the billions is awesome, but you compare it to the market cap of all fiat currencies in the world, not even a drop in the bucket. So for the powers that be to manipulate the price of Bitcoin up or down, whatever, obviously very easy. And I suspect that the experience of the last year is largely due to external manipulation. Now, until Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency is the dominant one that displaces fiat, until that happens, you're going to see a lot of volatility. You're going to see some instability. You're going to see this manipulation, but it's displacing that old currency. This is one of those weird historical phenomena where the old saying that bad money chases out good is kind of turned on its head, because now when you can click over and get better money that appreciates in value instead of depreciates in value, you can go to crypto instead of fiat. Yeah, good money is going to chase out the bad in this case, and that's really exciting to see. So it's only just a matter of time before Bitcoin takes over, again, Bitcoin or some other crypto or some other evolution of digital, decentralized, open source money that can't be controlled by a central authority, that can't rip you off with the inflation tax. That's the key thing, because that undermines so much of government tyranny. That going away is going to be a game changer. That's happening when you understand. I don't pretend to speak above my pay grade about the technicals here, but about the bigger dynamics. You understand how government works. You understand how the monetary system works, and you go, yeah, this isn't going to last forever. The system's not going to last forever. And you understand that the printing of money, or the creation of money digitally, the creation of the US dollar, is a big way that they rip us off, right? They create more money in the Federal Reserve System, whether it's through the actual creation of money or through fractional reserve lending. The monetary supply grows. It is inflated. This is what the term inflation comes from. It's not from inflating prices. Price inflation is kind of a deliberately misleading misnomer to describe inflation, because the powers that be, when they tell you about inflation, they want to explain, well, prices go up because that's inevitable. And it's like, no, it's not. Prices should be deflating. The natural course of economic development is for prices to go down as efficiency goes up, as we get better at producing things. So the idea that prices just go up because that's just inflation, that's just the way it is. One of the most dangerous bullshit economic myths that government and government apologist economists, many of them are paid off in a variety of ways, that they like to foist on the American people, when the reality is that when you inflate the monetary supply, when you create more money, when you print more money or digitally create more money, you have more dollars in the system chasing the same number of goods and services. So the price is going to go up. Supply and demand, simple as that. The demand doesn't really go up at all, but the demand in dollar numbers, before I could express my demand with a 20, now all this extra money is getting printed. I can express my demand with $40. There's no $40 bill yet, right? But I can express my demand with a higher dollar value. So prices then are inflated, but that's a symptom, and it's really, I think, deliberately deceptive language to call that the inflation. So all of this innovation, all these other spaces, gives us a lot of backup if something were to happen with Bitcoin. Now, again, because I say the powers that be that control, the big chunks of fiat currency and those systems out there, they can very easily manipulate or buy out institutions, individuals, or even large chunks of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in circulation. They can buy processing power, the hash power. They can, raise the specter of 51% attack. And I've seen some mixed analyses of this recently as well. And so I'd like to hear your comments on this, actually, especially if someone wants to weigh in on this. And I guess maybe more from a libertarian ethical perspective, this is kind of an interesting question. Could a 51% attack be a legitimate market correction? And I kind of like this idea. I saw that Vitalik came out against this, or at least made a tweet that was kind of derogatory to someone who was expressing this idea. And I suppose in the purest sense, it's not a violation of the NAP. We're talking about an information crime, if that were the case. The question is it fraudulent to have a 51% attack on a network, which is that you've bought you control 51% of the hash power, and you use that hash power to change the course or the future of that network, or to potentially kill a coin. Now, I would suppose that if it's just sort of an opting out thing, of course that would be a market correction. But if it's just we're opting out by taking our processing power and doing something else with it, and you call that a 51% attack, again, I'm up against the limits of my technical knowledge and probably using some imprecise language here. So if anybody wants to jump in and correct me, please email me, adam@thefreedomline.com. I am excited to be tracking all of this right now, especially because it's a great time to buy. Not only have all of the altcoins taken a huge jump, I mean, Bitcoin going down from 20,000 to 3.5 right now. A lot of altcoins, Smart Cash and Dash and so many others had it even worse than that. But they also have really good networks around them. Again, that's why I like Dash and Smart Cash. And I'm a fan of Doge, although I'm not gonna speak to the technical innovations happening with Dogecoin right now. I will mention one that's happening with Smart Cash, which is really exciting, because I think there are a number of opportunities as the next bull run comes for crypto in general, and it is coming. Hold, and really, if you can, this is a good time to buy crypto, because the fundamentals of the economy are strong, as I think John McCain would say about the United States. But no, the fundamentals of the crypto market are strong in the sense that the people who are making this possible, the programmers, coders, engineers, the entrepreneurs, the organizers, they have created a new monetary system that is fundamentally superior to anything that any government could ever possibly create. And that is just so exciting to anybody who cares about freedom. And you understand, again, the fundamentals here, the fundamentals are strong. There's a big demand for this. Now, whether that demand is valuated properly when Bitcoin is $20,000, probably not right now. But the demand grows as the awareness grows, as more and more people find out about Bitcoin, as more and more people learn about cryptocurrency. And that's happening still every day, even when the prices are down, even when the prices are falling, even when people are depressed. So I think that there's a certain dynamic of manipulation here. I can't prove any of this. Maybe there's someone who could prove that it is happening or isn't happening by looking at the ledger. But I do believe that the price course of Bitcoin over the last 2 years, of going from 1,000 to 20,000 and back down to 3.5, I think there's a lot of manipulation. I think that's deliberate. I think that, and there is some significant fear here that I have, that the manipulation is being done by a group of people who are trying to get this technology owned by the establishment, that they're going to say, see, the free market couldn't handle Bitcoin because the price is too volatile, so we had to come in with government coin, and government coin is status coin, and we're going to make sure that it's safe and reliable, just like the dollar. And but even then, I look at that scary possibility that this blockchain technology will be taken over by government, or dominated somehow by government, and turned into that. Okay, so it's still a bridge. I think it's still, I think even within that, it's going to be a step in the right direction, because just putting out Bitcoin and everything that we've done to promote and build this idea has created an expectation in the American people and the general public that's like, yeah, we better have money that does this. If it doesn't do this, why would we pay? Why would we want this? So that being said, Smart Cash. I got an announcement from Smart Cash today. I'm excited to share. They're releasing something called Bitcoin Confidential, and there is an airdrop coming up for that on December 15th. So this is a product of the Smart Cash community, and I'll include the link to that below. And this is not just a plug for this, and yeah, I'm sponsored in part by Smart Cash, and I'm happy to promote them because I believe in the product. I believe in people innovating in blockchain. I believe in people advancing cryptocurrency. I believe in people doing everything we possibly can to force government out of the money racket, to just take that away from government. It's again, when you understand that and you go, this is how wars happen. This is one of the great things that came out of the Ron Paul campaign, that Ron Paul really educated a lot of Americans and brought these issues to the forefront about how the Federal Reserve System is used to rip us off, how the whole banking system is used to rip us off, how they control the flow of money, and the rest of us suffer in terms of quality of life as a result. So anyway, Bitcoin Confidential, some really cool innovations going on in that. And again, I'm not gonna try to speak over my my technical understanding here, but that people are creating new systems built on blockchains that are going to innovate and take us to the next level. I'm really excited about it. So please, don't sell your coin right now if you don't have to. If you can hold it, this is a good time to hold. It's a good time to be watching the market carefully. It's a good time to be looking at altcoins again. I'm not just saying this because of the sponsorship, although, hey, look at someone else's expert opinion. I would say you got to consider Smart Cash and Dash as very undervalued altcoins right now. Bitcoin Cash as well, although the fork there, the split with BCC and BCH, SV, and ABC, I'm not even keeping up with all of that. But if you get into that as you're deciding what to invest in, do your homework, put some money in, vary your portfolio. Don't be holding all of one crypto if you can avoid it. And just a couple things we have to look forward to coming out of this. DZ, I think I'm going to totally screw up his name. Dangpeng Zhao, one of the exchange owners, was recently covered by Business Week for saying that he believes Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is going to be moving towards Bitcoin adoption or accepting Bitcoin for Amazon. And if that were the case, whoo, to the moon, you're going to see a huge rally if Amazon decides to start taking any kind of crypto. I would be all over that. I shop at Amazon, and I hate having to convert crypto to fiat in order to shop at Amazon. So, hey, that would be huge. There's also the book bomb coming up. I got to plug my own work here. And for those of you who didn't see my last video, please go check it out. It's me just ranting for 20 minutes about how excited I am that this is happening. But Big Easy Book Bomb is happening January 4th to January 11th. If you want to help out that, please also email me, adam@thefreedomline.com. We've got a lot of stuff that you can do to help right now just in the next couple weeks. I'm really scrambling and focused on making sure that this book bomb can be as effective as it can. But remember, it's sponsored by all of those groups that I mentioned. The inside of the book mentions Steemit.com. And by the way, Steem, as much as it might seem dead there, still, you look at its the Steem blockchain, very solid as an investment long term, even compared to Bitcoin itself. So definitely worth considering. But Steemit.com, the community there, was very helpful in me earlier this year, especially when we were able to make a lot of money on Steemit. Bitcoin.com, Dash.com, SmartCash.cc, Dogecoin, FreedomsPhoenix.com, all mentioned in there. But so please check that out. I think when we see what's the effect going to be when an entire American city, New Orleans, population 400,000, when they all get exposed to the ideas of cryptocurrency and freedom all at the same time, could be one of the factors that takes us out of the doldrums here and gets us back on another Bitcoin bull run that we're all hoping for. Hopefully 2019 will be another year of big growth for cryptos. And I don't see it happening any other way. So stay tuned. Mwah. Peace, love, and freedom.
Adam vs. the Man is made possible with support from Smart Cash. Check out smartcash.cc to find out more about this powerful, business-focused cryptocurrency that is fast, easy to use, and community-centric. Smart Cash is designed to be securely used for day-to-day transactions and put the currency back in cryptocurrency.